Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy. Welcome back to another video. So today is a very exciting day. So I am back at it with my little Scream series. It's Scream Saturday. I think after this video is actually being posted on a Saturday. I think today I'm recording it is definitely a Saturday. I'm gonna go watch Scream 2, and I will give you guys my initial reaction. I've never seen any of the Scream movies. My goal is to watch all of them before October 31st, and then on Halloween, I'm gonna make a video ranking all of them. So for those of you guys who like my content and you prefer my snack content, I am sorry. The next like 10 days, it's mostly gonna be me watching the Scream movie and a couple of other good movies that are coming out. So that being said, I'm gonna go watch Scream 2, and I will catch up with you guys as soon as I'm done. Okay, I really enjoyed that. I thought that was a whole lot of fun. So, a lot of things that I really liked about it. For one, I think that Sydney, they show her PTSD in this really, really well. The scene where she is like on stage and they're rehearsing whatever the scene that is going on is, and there's like a bunch of different people wearing a bunch of different masks, and then it would like flash from like the mask that they're actually wearing to the Scream mask, and then whatever the like prop weapon they're using turns into like the sword from the Scream sword. Was really, really cool. I loved the opening sequence with the movie trope. Oh man, I love this trope so much, where you see the events of something that happened in the same universe, but you see like a movie version of it, kind of like Rogers the Musical in the MCU, or like in The Boys when they start the second season, they have like sequences where they show like movie scenes of what happened at the end of the last season. I love that trope in movies, and they did a really, really good job with that. I also didn't do any research or anything about this movie, so I don't know. But a lot of times when they do that, actually, in movies and TV shows, they get people who are like the runner-ups to be those actors and actresses to come play the characters for the movie or the movie, and I think that that's a whole lot of fun. But yeah, so I really enjoyed that. I think that the opening sequence, like the first like 15-20 minutes, was really fun. I really like the way that they subtly were kind of like dragging out this like eerie feeling that like something bad is going to happen, but they didn't like quite immediately get to it. I like the fact that it really does a great job of mirroring the opening sequence from the first movie. I think that both of these movies have had really great openings, and I think that's a whole lot of fun. Something else that I noticed, I was what's it called, saving the poster for it so I can go ahead and make my thumbnail. They love to put somebody who's killed off in the first 10 minutes in the posters of each of the movies so far. So before I watch the next one, I think I'm going to look at the poster and try to guess which one of those characters is dying immediately. But that being said, it was really fun. I think that they did a really good job with the mystery of who the killer was going to be this time. I will say this, though, the only problem with it is in the last one, you definitely had an opportunity to kind of guess who it was. I feel like in this version, in this movie, you don't really know the names of either of the killers before like it gets revealed at the end of the movie. Like you see them and you'll see them around, but you won't really know exactly what their deal is until it gets revealed at the end of the movie, which I feel like slightly takes away from like some of the like mystery aspect of it. But I think it's fun. I think it's really, really great. There's a lot of scenes in here that are very high tension that I really enjoyed. The sequence where the two cops that are supposed to be protecting Sydney, their car gets broken into, and they both die almost immediately. Something about that scene made me laugh. So once again, this movie, even though it's not trying to be funny, was really funny to me. And they did the like Final Destination thing. I'm assuming they probably did it before Final Destination, because I haven't watched those movies either, but I'm pretty sure this movie probably took place before that. But they did the thing where there's a person in the passenger seat or whatever, and then they drive into like some like metal poles that are sticking out, and they showed that. It was very graphic. A lot of the scenes in the first movie where somebody's like being brutally murdered, you see a lot of the blood. You don't really see a lot of the actual like gore from it, because these are movies that took place in older times. And yeah, the way they showed the like metal pole going through the guy's head was actually pretty mortifying. Like I will say that imagery was spooky. Like I liked that. I thought that was a whole lot of fun. And once again, as somebody who is a huge fan of like love stories from this day and age or whatever, like these movies were taking place like the 80s or whatever. I loved old romance movies, and the fact that they have the like teen romance feels in this as well is so much fun. The way that the fake killer is trying to get into her head, being like, oh my god, my partner in crime has been busy being tied up all night, and he's like trying to make Sydney believe that her boyfriend is actually another killer, is great. And I like the fact that they don't really like make it like obvious whether or not he is or is not until like his final moments. And I like that, because the entire movie, it really keeps you on your feet. Another thing is, I really thought that the guy who was like what's it called, accused of murder in the last movie was actually going to be the murderer this time. Like the guy who spent a year in jail, they really did a good job like building it up like he was going to be going after Gay Weathers. Because what I imagined was going to happen was there was going to be a young person who's going to be either a random frat bro or a random girl in the sorority or whatever who's going to be like the young one who's going around killing people. The movie theater killer was going to be her, and there's going to be you know, the other killers that were her. The other kills that were her. And then I figured that there was going to be an older one, and it was going to be him going after Weathers. Why am I blanking on her first name right now? I don't know what I'm blanking on what her first name is. But I thought that it was going to be him trying to go after her because she promised him like an interview or something like that, and there wasn't actually an interview, and all he really wanted was to be able to like share his side of the story and like kind of have his like 10 minutes of fame or whatever. And I really liked the energy that they brought with him. Something else that I love about this movie, bro, Dewey has so much plot armor. How is he still alive? He's lived through both of these movies, and in both movies he's had like something pretty bad happen to him. So I'm like, wowzers, man. I'm really sad that the nerd dude from the first movie died. I really thought that he was going to be the killer. And what's it called? I feel like he kind of had a glow up from the last movie to this movie. So I was like, it's going to be great. It's going to be another hot killer. And I think that the killer was like kind of hot, but like, I don't know. I thought that the way that that guy glue up, he was going to be it. And it was going to be so cool. And it was going to be a great reveal. And then when they had the scene where the three of them were in the park and they like called him and he was like, you know, on the phone with the killer, I was like, God damn it. Because even if it was that he was the second killer, the second he got separated from the other two, I was like, okay, well, he's going to die. Because for whatever reason, they're like, oh my God, the killer's going after you. Let's leave you alone. Why? Like, that didn't make sense to me. But other than that, I think that this movie was pretty solid. I think that this movie did a really good job living up to the last movie. I feel like the feeling of it was great. I think that the gore in it was fantastic. The opening sequence was really, really cool. The, like, vividness of like them going into the theater and seeing that there's like a bunch of props, there's a bunch of people wearing the scream masks, there's like a bunch of like eerie and like spooky thoughts, and then somebody actually being murdered in that theater was really cool. And the big thing was like people not being able to like understand if that was a thing that was actually happening or if that was something that was like staged, because there was a lot of staged things going on. I think it was great. Like I think that the opening sequence of this one really blew me away. Like I think that it really started off really strong with this movie, and not to say that this movie goes downhill, but I feel like it doesn't live up necessarily as much as the first one was. Like I think the first one was just a little bit better, but the opening sequence of this one was fantastic, and I will say that I think I enjoyed this opening sequence a little bit more than the iconic Drew Barrymore opening sequence of the last one. But yeah, so overall, to give this movie its final rating, like I said, I think it's pretty on par with the first one. I think I gave the first one like an 82 or something like that. I'm going to give this one a solid 80. I think that it's a really good, solid movie. It's a whole lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I think that there was a lot of cool, scary moments. I think that the gore in it was fantastic. I still really like the feel of, like, the young people just trying to have fun, like, not really understanding the scope of, like, what's going on. I think it's great. And then the people who kind of start having, like, trauma bonds towards the end of the movie when they've gone through so much shit together. Like, Cal Weathers, I believe is her name. Is it Cal? Something like that. I don't know. The Weathers lady, and her relationship with Sydney is getting a lot stronger, and I like that. I think that's really cool, and I think that the way that they're handling these characters and they're making it into a series is really interesting. I didn't know that all of these movies were actually connected, like at least the first ones, so it was a pleasant surprise to me, because for whatever reason I thought that they were just like the same namesake, but it was a different like killer, and there was like a completely different story every time. But yeah, that being said, that was it for this video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I love and appreciate you guys so much for checking it out. If you liked it, feel free to like and subscribe, and I will hopefully see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bow. Bow. Bow.
He wanted me to go, but first I did this. He planned a day, and then we did this. Want to be in love with the girls with the kisses. Don't give a damn, I'll rid this. I like this when I run the distance. I run a 5K to go ballistics. I want to live within the business. Buying more than what's on the clearances. You're getting big because I know you're a physicist. I want to deny this shit. I'm unlimited.